What's going on? What's going on to all my embracers?
Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
What's going on? What's going on to all my embracers? How you guys doing tonight? I know. I know it's going to be a very hold on one second. Oh, there goes my beautiful co-host. Give me one second.
Hi, babe. Yes, I just need a couple more seconds, but I didn't hear you. Go ahead, and I'll be right up here.
That's okay, baby. I got my monologue and all my stuff.
Okay.
All righty. So anyway, guys, how you guys doing tonight? If you guys see me looking over the corner and stuff, is I'm trying to watch my Knicks play at the same time. So don't mind me. The Yankees are kicking ass, so we good on that part. But anyway, first things first, welcome. My name is Grace from Embrace the Grace. And if you're a first-time embracer, welcome, welcome, welcome. And please like, subscribe, and share, because we need to get the word out there. This channel is special because, one, I advocate for the men. Of course, I love my women, but you know what? I'm a boy mom. Enough said. Second of all, over here is where we have the uncomfortable, necessary conversations. And you know what? We're not here to say that we're better than each other. We're not here to shame. Well, maybe sometimes, because we need to bring shame back. But we're really not here to judge. We're just here really to learn, to become better versions of ourselves. Because when you know better, you do better. But because there are some people out there that have never been maybe in an organized panel or conversation or don't know how to communicate effectively, I will put down some rules of engagement. Okay? Unfortunately, although all of us are adults, we sometimes forget, and I get it. Topics get heated. People want to debate, but at the same time, there are rules of engagement. I don't know where anybody else acts anywhere else, but over here at Embrace the Grace, there's no over talking. Anybody, not anybody on the panel, and especially not the hosts. Second, no sign language. What does that mean? No shaming, no insulting, no trying to make people feel guilty or the need to be right. We're just here to learn and see different perspectives. We're not here to convince nobody's mindset. Now, if I can convert somebody, to me, conversion is results. And also, we want to stay on topic. I tried to stay at the 2-hour mark. I tried to respect my co-hosts who are coming here to do shows and respect their time. So we need to stay on topic. If I see that you're rearing off topic, my mods will get on you. I'll get on you, my co-hosts, and we'll try to get you back on track. Second warning, you get dropped off so you can think about it. You'll be back up. And if the third time, I just got to let you go. I mean, we got to move along. We got to move the show. We got to allow everybody else to talk. But speaking of show, I couldn't have had anybody else but the beautiful Miss Polly do this show with me. I had one other beautiful lady in mind, and I could not find her on Instagram because you changed her screen name. And I finally found her 20 minutes before the show. So I don't know if she's coming, but Miss Polly, she's beautiful, she's smart, she's sexy, and there was no way I was not going to have her co-host this show with me, because this is a kind of feisty topic, and I needed her help to help loosen me up, because sometimes topics can be spicy, but again, they're necessary. The topics are necessary so we can learn. So I got an email from a subscriber, young man, and he wanted me to do a topic about, does size matter? And we all know what we're talking about here. Okay, we're all grown adults. Does penis size matter to women? And it just brought back so many memories, because I remember, and shout out to my son Jordan Jay, we've had so many awesome conversations throughout his upbringing. And I remember I happened to be cooking sausage and peppers that night. It was Italian night that night. And my son, he walks in the kitchen and he says, "Mom, does size matter to girls?" If you guys want to hear the answer that I gave to my son, y'all gonna have to drop a cash app, because the game is to be sold, not told. And that's personal information that I'm sharing with you guys. So I think that you guys just need, drop a little something for that information. So if you guys want to know the answer, what I told my 15-year-old son about does size matter, I'm going to have to see a cash app. 1, 2, 3, 5, some. So it reminded me of that. And I said, sure, I'll do the show, but give me some time. Because if anybody knows me and is A1 from day one, I don't just come up here and talk my shit. I do my research. I bring you the information. What you do with that information is up to you. Now, let me make a disclaimer. I am not a licensed therapist, a licensed psychiatrist, a licensed sexual therapist, or whatever. I am just a regular, warm-blooded Italian, Dominican, American, middle-aged woman who's been through a lot, seen a lot, and I'm just trying to help and see if I can elevate somebody's train of thought. So does size matter? Miss Polly, are you ready? Are you there? Are you watching? Because I can continue until you're ready. I know you're just getting off work and stuff, so it's all good. We can get into the in classroom, I guess, section about what size matter. We'll get into the fun stuff when Miss Polly gets ready. But this issue is really not a woman issue. This issue about the size matter, I've come to realize from experience, actually asking the questions, because I do interview people, I do ask questions, and also my research. This is not a woman problem, ladies and gentlemen. This is really an issue that men go through. Just like women worry about their weight, their skin complexion, their hair, men stress about their height, and they most certainly stress about their size of their penis. And I am here to tell you, men, my beautiful men, that there's no need to worry. Because at the end of the day, I have realized that no, size does not matter to women. I was a little bit surprised by the intel. I had to internalize that question myself. And if you guys want to hear what Embrace the Grace thinks about does size matter, I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to drop something, okay? Because again, the game is to be told, the game is to be sold, not told. So y'all want to hear what Embrace the Grace has to think, y'all gonna have to wait till the end of the show. Or you're gonna have to sit here through the whole show, or you can drop a little cash app and we can go through the answer. But I think it's only fair. But let me give you the classroom information while we wait on the beautiful Miss Polly. For many women, it's not the size. Size is not the most important factor in sexual satisfaction. In a survey, and I got all my information from the verywellmind.com website, actual showing that a large majority of women prioritize things more like technique, enjoyment, overall connection, and intimacy, and vibe and energy, whatever, however you want to put it. And I can attest to that because women will sometimes, okay, I'll take this, but I won't take that. I'll accept this, but I won't accept that. And most women have a strong enough connection with you, and they're feeling you, and everything is all good, size really doesn't matter to women, guys. Stop stressing so much about your size. But what I am going to get on is how you can stop stressing about the size, but stress about other factors that can make the date good. Well, let's speak more smarter. The penis, okay, and we'll get into that as well. However, some women do find that size plays a role in their preferences, but not many, not the majority. It's more important that it's pleasurable, and a lot of women said that a larger size is uncomfortable and it hurts. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is don't sweat it. Now, the average length of an erect penis is 5.3 inches, while the average girth is 4.5. So for all you women that are walking around here thinking that all these men are a size of porn stars, get that out of your head. Again, the average length men is 5.3, and the average girth is 4.5. The length and girth of a penis increases with age. And with that said, a study revealed that the vast majority of men actually have an erect penis of just over 6 inches, which surprisingly is usually okay for us women, guys. But it's what you do with that. You know, I've interviewed men that have larger penises, and I get a lot of this. It's a curse and a gift. And I'm like, well, why? You would think that a man would want to have a large penis. He's like, Grace, it's and just to let you guys know, I want to give you a visual. Let me see so I can lock it in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 6 inches. Okay? Yep. This right here is 6 inches. The average length of an erect penis, let's see, is 5.3. Right there. Let me see if she's ready to go. Let's see.
Hello.
You ready, my beautiful girl?
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have good fun. I'm just getting to the destination. I'm just a little bit behind, but go ahead. We're gonna talk. Let's go.
Okay. Just mute yourself off.
Okay.
Alrighty. So what I wanted to show you guys is this is 5.3 inches, ladies. Men, this is 5.3 inches. Okay? If we're going now to 8, that's 8 inches. We go into 10. Come on now. Okay? And the reason why I'm bringing all that up is because the average depth of a vagina is 2 to 5 inches. However, we all know that the vagina can expand in length, particularly when it's aroused, to 5 to 8 inches. So, guys, you're okay. Stop stressing about the size of your penis. What you really need to emphasize, okay, is the fact on what determines your penis size. I'm going to tell you contributing factors, because you men are worrying about the wrong thing. Because if you take care of your penis, you're not going to have to worry about size. And let's get, and like I said, Miss Polly, I'll go through all my classroom stuff, and then we'll have the fun when you get ready. So please don't rush, do your thing. That's why something told me to push it over to 9 p.m. instead of 8, and I did because of my Knicks game. But anyway, the number one and strongest influence that determines penis size is genetics. Genetics have the strongest influence on penis size. Evidence suggests that penis size is determined by the X chromosome, which makes inherit from their mother. So, guys, it's genetic. So don't get upset, or don't get in your feelings, or think something's not normal with you if you don't have a 10-inch. You know what I'm saying? It's genetics. Second thing, height. Some study published that in the Sexual Medicine magazine found a strong correlation between a person's height and the erect penis length. And that does have a lot of truth to it. But guys, you gotta remember, not all, just because the man is tall, that does not always necessarily mean that he's hung over. He's hung low. Just because he's an African American male, and we'll talk about that, don't assume that he has a big penis. Just because he's a white man, don't assume that he has a small penis. You can't assume. You just don't know. Okay? You really can't. Number 3. Okay, here it is. Race and ethnicity. A 2018 study from Brazil found that an average black men have a larger penis, while men, wait, black men, don't get too excited. While white men is smaller. But the difference was only found a quarter of an inch. So yes, and the African American men is bigger, but it's much bigger by a quarter of an inch. So to all my sexy white chocolate embracers, don't stress it. To all my wonderful short kings, don't stress it, because y'all come, small packages coming in. Anyway, we're not gonna get there, because then I'm gonna start blushing, and then Miss Polly gonna have to ring me in. But we're not gonna go there. Okay. Again, contributing factors that determine penis size. We covered genetics. We covered height. We covered race and ethnicity. Oh, hold on. I forgot to take my sip. Diet. Diet during puberty can affect penis size. Malnutrition can slow genital development and delay puberty. So when you see, to all my boy moms out there, it's true. They're eating a lot. They're sleeping a lot, because not only are they growing, their penis is growing during puberty. To my boy moms, when y'all walked in that bedroom and started smelling strange smells and all this going on, that's all natural. But diet has a lot to do on how a young man develops during puberty. Number 5, age. Penis growth is driven by a surge of testosterone during puberty and typically starts between the age of 10 to 14, with rapid growth occurring from ages 12 to 16. Growth may continue until around 21. So there's still a lot of hope for you, young man. Your dick still grows until you're 21. Okay? Guys, I'm sorry if I'm not really paying attention. Hey, A-Team. Hey, Hot Sauce. Hey, King Labor, how are you? How are you? Thank you for coming. I'm looking at my laptop now because I'm so busy trying to do this over here. Just work with me. Let's see. Private chat. Okay, that's you, Miss Polly. But anyway, so when they're sleeping a lot and eating a lot, let them. A lot of times it's not that they're being lazy, they're actually growing. Their penis is growing. The age of circumcision is a contributing factor of what determines penis size. Although subject to some debate, some studies have suggested that getting a circumcision during adulthood may result in a longer penis length than getting one as an infant. And again, do your research. I got this from verywellmind.com. Okay, do your research. I'm not a licensed urologist or anything, but I got this from the internet, and you can follow up on that. It goes back to even number 7, factors during pregnancy. Factors like poor maternal diet can cause the size of a boy's penis as when he grows up. Ladies, while you're pregnant, if you're eating like shit, drinking or smoking, and not taking care of that fetus, you are also affecting of how what size the penis can be. And I know this is probably surprising to you guys, but this is what it means to do research. This is what it means to like really get into the nitty gritty and learn. All we do is walk around talking about I want a 6'6" type of man, 6 feet 6 inches, 6-figure, and I want him to fuck me like a porn star. Come on, man. What you need to do is, and what I'm trying to do is, to my lady embraces, learn your man. Learn the male anatomy. Learn what it takes. And men, learn your penis. Take care of your penis. Wash that penis. Please. Get it all in the crevices. Because it's necessary. Absolutely necessary. And for y'all uncircumcised brothers, I'm going to have to tell you, y'all need to pull that shit and make sure it's squeaky clean. Because it's not cute. Right? See, this is uncomfortable for me to talk about, but it's necessary because I know some of us ladies has ran into some foolery, and just like y'all men, okay? And also maternal exposure to toxins, BPA, during pregnancy have shown in some studies to smaller penis size in male offspring. So even it starts at pregnancy, ladies. At pregnancy. Hey, beautiful. How are you? I got my TikTok family coming over. I haven't gone live in TikTok, but I have grown. I have had a family on TikTok, and they're showing support. Hey, beautiful. How are you? I'm watching you here on my tablet. Thank you for coming. I really do appreciate you. Don't forget to press the like, subscribe, and share, guys. Still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm not stressing it. When I get there, I get there. I know I'm going to get there in God's timing. I try not to do so many shows to saturate. I want y'all to miss me. I want y'all to tune in. But I will start getting more and more consistent. But trying to get this promotion at work, and you know that takes precedence. But I'm here now. And she said, nope, not me. Girl hygiene starts with the smell, and I don't even need to go anywhere else with that. I know that's right. I know that's right. Smoking is another contributing factor that determines your penis size. Men who smoke cigarettes heavily are more likely to have below average erection due to the decreased blood circulation, which can reduce the thickness of penile tissues. Look, don't shoot the messenger. I'm just trying to tell y'all that y'all stressing about the wrong thing. Y'all stressing about the size of your dick. But what you need to do is take into consideration of the things that you're doing that's minimizing what you can be working with. If you smoke heavily, you're killing the circulation for your penis to have a full-on erection. Number 9, obesity. An increase in BMI, body mass index, can lead to decreases in penis length and girth. due to declines in testosterone. Oh shit! Let me have another sip of wine. That's what that means, guys. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I had a long day today, so and then I was very nervous about doing this show, but it's necessary. So you see, women and men, we can't stress about what God has given us. You can't fight about a man's height. You can't argue about a man's penis size. Um, it's like, come on, you got to take care of what you got. So again, guys, it's genetics, race, height, smoke. You can't control genetics. You can't control your height. You can't control your race, but you can control the fact that you smoke, of what you eat, what you put in your body, and this is especially important to my men that love getting head. Do you know that if you don't eat right and your diet is high in salt and sodium, that you can actually throw off the pH balance of a woman? And then if you're expecting her to take care of you down there and swallow, it can't be acidity. And I know this is getting a bit erotic, but we have to have these conversations. Y'all eating junk and then bringing that up to us and throwing us off our pH balance, and vice versa, ladies. Because them sea boils and then crab legs and a lot of the stuff that we eat, I know a lot of us don't drink enough water. This can affect us as a man and as a woman. Again, what I'm reiterating is, guys, don't be so hung up on the size of your penis. What you should be doing is doing things to take care, no matter if he's 6 inches or if he's 10, 11, 12 inches. Okay? And I know you guys are surprised about that, but I was too. I'm like, wow. I was also surprised that most women said that it's really not. And I get it. Miss Polly, are you ready, baby girl? I'm getting my comments together.
If you got a little bit more, I'm almost there.
What was that?
I said, I can say if you had a little bit more, I'm almost there. But with your question, when you were saying there's women that they were worried about the motion of the ocean, or what was the?
Well, let me ask you the question. Does size matter to you?
No. I'm okay. I'll say.
Why not?
I'll say size. The bigness may be a problem. The bigger.
So you prefer girth. You prefer girth versus length.
I don't even know. No, I don't want nothing too big. I think too big is too big. I don't want no part. I think that's fair. If somebody came with a whole situation, I unfortunately I would have to say I don't think so. I don't know if there's other ladies who maybe
so no.
No, I don't think that's for me. That's not for me. I like for sexual encounters to be pleasurable, not painful. Like, I don't want to be that girl walking with a limp the next day. That's not me. I'm okay. I don't need that.
Yep. You see, guys, you guys are stressing about your penis size. Yes, the big penis, they're great. But at the same time, every day, like Miss Polly said, we're not going to be walking right to work. We're going to be uncomfortable. I have to say, women prefer a penis that fits like a hand in glove. Would you agree with me, Miss Polly?
Yeah, that's way better. And then, like you said, he calls infections like being rough. I know y'all men probably don't know that, but some men who are a little bit rougher and you're on bigger size, they call infections, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's everybody. I want to have a good time. I don't think it'd be great to be in pain. Some girls like that though. So I'm not going to tell you that there isn't somebody who out there likes that. They like it. And that's what those men are for. Those women.
Yep. What's up, Braxton? Out of King Libra, A team. I see y'all. Let me see. I'm gonna drop the link. Give me just a second.
And
Invite
I got the
guests.
blue on. I just want you to know. So I'm gonna let you see it here in a moment.
I know that's right. Hey. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm gonna drop the link. Let me get to comments. Give me 1 second. Cancel. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna drop it in just a second. It's crazy because again, like I was saying, the average depth of a woman's vagina is 2 to 5 inches. And of course, when it's aroused, it can extend to 5 to 8 inches. While penis and vagina sizes can vary, these organs are usually can accommodate each other. Most women report discomfort if their sexual partner has a larger than average penis. It's painful and uncomfortable if the penis hits the cervix. And that's exactly what Miss Polly was talking about. She don't want it to hurt. Be a good hurt, but then what are the repercussions the next day? I mean, a lot of women worry about getting stretched out. They want to keep it tight. So a lot of these gentlemen that are walking around hung, they're not living the great life that my smaller penis gentlemen are. So don't be hating on them, because a lot of them are going through things like, oh, I've been turned down a lot. I've been this, I've been that. The girl was scared of it and she told me no. One guy told me he can never put it all the way in because it's just too much. Most women can't handle it.
You know what? That's right. I was going to tell you. And then some of them may not be able to get oral.
That's another thing. You're absolutely right. They can't really enjoy it because what somebody said, Lord, they want me to feel it in the esophagus. Go ahead, A-team. Oh shit. I'm telling you, my low hung brothers, they're not living the vida loca. I'm telling you. A lot of them go through it. A lot of them are okay with it. A lot of them make money with it. They get into the porn industry. But the thing is that I want my lady embracers to get into this frame of mind that most men are not walking around with a 10-inch penis. Okay? Now, some women, that's all they're going to take. That's all they want. That's all they're going to take. And that's all they prefer. And hey, my hat's off to you. Every woman is different. Every body, every vagina is different. But at the end of the day, there's not one takeaway that my men embracers take from this is you're worrying about the wrong thing. Now, I mean, I wasn't going to bring this up, but I got to bring it up to my micro size penis gentlemen. There are things that can be done to fix that, but I'm not getting into that. But if you're not happy with what you got, do your research. There's things out there that you can do to change your situation. I mean, science is a moo. But you got to do something about it if you're not happy. Okay? And I saw a post. I saw a post today, and I made a comment about the post was about we need to normalize people having more sex. And I agree with that because there's a lot of people walking around. Oh, no, he was talking about celibacy. He was like, it was something about celibacy. And I said, that's not working for people, because how you going to be slutting out your 20s and 30s and now all of a sudden you're celibate, but then you walking around tensed up, being snippy, having an attitude when you need to blow a gasket. It's normal. It's in our human nature. So to be 30 or 40 years old and talking about you celibate, that to me sounds ridiculous. But I mean, a lot of people do it for religious purposes. A lot of people do it for health reasons, mental reasons, and I get it. I really do. But there's no way that I'm not going to test drive the car before I commit, because not the size matters to me, but it has to be gratifying. I'm looking to get married again. I'm not going to marry somebody that is not going to sexually satisfy me, because that matters to me. Every woman is different. I've met women that can go 2, 3, 4, 5 years without it. And I'm like, what? I can't go 6, 7 days. And I'm already climbing the walls. But again, every woman is different. We all built different. We all think different. We all like different things. You just got to find your match. You got to be sexual compatible, guys. And then you check out my channel. To all my new embracers, I've done shows about this, the importance of sexual compatibility. I really think there would be less cheating going on out here if you really take the time to get to know somebody sexually. You got to be able to connect. Hey, Marcus, how are you, baby? I see you. Thank you for coming. I'm trying to see if I could drop the link. Hold on a second. I'm trying to figure it out. Give me just a second. What was I saying? Damn. Sexual compatibility. It's important, especially when you're picking a life partner. It's important if sex is important, if you're a sexual person. I told my son straight up, I said, look, if you like the stripper type of chick, then that's what the hell you marry. Don't marry no church girl knowing you like the stripper type chick just to conform to society or to conform to me. The only one you need to conform to is God. That's what I told him. And a lot of people be getting with people that they're not sexual compatible. And they think, oh, they'll change. Oh, they'll do this for me and they'll do that for me. It should never be forced upon. It should never be something that that you have to work so hard at. It should be organic. It should develop naturally. It should be natural, and it should be good. You know, a lot of people, it's mostly women, want to hold out on their husbands. And you're doing a big disservice to him, to you, and the marriage. Because if you want to get into it, once y'all became husband and wife, your body is no longer your body. That belongs to your husband. And his body belongs to you. And for you to not give him what he needs, because if you ladies don't know, a man actually needs sex. Women want it, but men need it. Men need it for mental reasons, health reasons, physical reasons. Men need it versus where most women may want it. Again, you must understand the male anatomy. You know, us women sometimes, we are so busy telling a man what they should be doing, what they be thinking, what they but we not doing what we supposed to be doing. How you gonna tell a man what a man should be doing or thinking when you're not a man? You're a woman. You're so busy about what he's not doing in his position, but you slacking in your position. Hey, Mike Check Productions, how you doing, hon? I'm in the building, just driving right now. I know that's right. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Don't forget to press the like button. You guys really need to learn the anatomy of a man, because y'all slacking. And the thing is, and I'm gonna drop another nugget to y'all. And y'all can write it down, take a picture. I don't give a shit. Or drop a cash out, because we're in session right now. We are. Most women are so busy about being replaced that they're not thinking about being kept. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back who didn't listen. Most of us women are so busy and worried about being replaced that we should be more worried about being kept. And if any woman disagrees with me on that one, y'all could call. I'm gonna drop the link right now. Give me just a second. Give me 1 second. Copy. Enter studio. Men, women, anybody can come up here because I want to hear what y'all have to say. I want to hear my embracers, my subscribers. Give me 1 second. What's up, knowledge? Hold on 1 second. I'm dropping the link. Okay, Miss Polly, if you're ready, baby girl, I dropped the link. So Miss Polly said, let me recap what Miss Polly said. She said that she wants to have enjoyable, satisfactory intercourse, and she does not want something too big. Hey, I get it. Again, if y'all want to know what Grace thinks about, embrace the Grace think about if size matters. If y'all want to know what I told my son when he asked me that question, y'all gonna have to drop a cash app. The game is to be sold, not told. That's all I gotta say. Because I'm sharing here personal information with y'all, and y'all can show love. Press the heart, like, share, subscribe. Let's do this. Let's get me to 1,000, guys. I know I'd be at 1,000 right now if I stayed more consistent, but I get it. I'll be there. Give me 1 second. There goes my Miss Polly. Add to the stage. You ready now, baby girl?
I am. Okay.
Now, do you? Now, do you have a window? Another YouTube channel open?
Oh, let me look.
I told you I bring the sexy up on here, guys. And she wore blue for me because everybody knows how I feel about blue. But yeah. So my thing is, guys, stop worrying about the size. And we're going to talk about the comments when Miss Polly finally get her shit together. And I know she will. I'm not worried about it. I took all the comments because I made this post a while ago. I took all the comments that people wrote, and shout out to my cousin Adrian because he gets the comment of the night because he that's my cousin. He crazy. He's Dominican. He gonna say what's on his mind, and he made me laugh that I almost spit my drink out at work when I read that comment. It's hysterical. But the women that said, let's talk about the women that said yes. The women that said yes, size mattered to them, is because that's what they're used to having. They don't know anything. They don't know anything better.
To sound better, I was trying.
Let me see.
No.
It works. It's not too bad.
Okay.
Maybe let me see if I have a window open. Let me see. Clear. Okay, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
All right. So you explain to everybody that you don't need, that size doesn't matter to you because you rather have something enjoyable and pain-free. Okay. So tell me about a time when a guy was working with a monster. What did you do? What did you do?
Ma'am. Well, you can't do much at the time, I suppose. Try to try your best. Try your best. Just try your best. But yeah, it was uncomfortable. I'll say that. It was like uncomfortable.
You put your helmet on and said, "I'm going in, coach."
You just had, and I had to at that time. But it is what it is. You just gotta be like, I could do it. It's fine. Everybody go slow. You just gotta kind of direct, be vocal. But like at the end of the day, it's still might be hurting later on or whatever.
Oh,
No good.
I
No.
know. No bueno.
I'm just saying, no. If someone was to say, like, I'm good, average, I'm fine, I got no problem. I think that's a good time. You can do more things too. I think that people don't take that in consideration. Like if you're a lady who likes to be acrobatic or whatever, you want to do run around, you want to get on top, you want to twirl and do. I mean, that's going to be challenging if you try to, this is challenging.
Well, Miss Polly, I'm gonna have to disagree with you because for me, maybe because I'm a big girl, it's much easier for me to ride out when they have something more than I can work with. I'm trying to be as ladylike as possible, because. Thank you. I'm sweating over here, nervous, making sure that I still keep it. I mean, the guys that are not on that side, it's still doable. It's just harder work. If you men can understand. Yeah, you guys think that we're being lazy and our knees hurt, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. When it's smaller, it keeps slipping out. But when you have one that is a good size, you can ride out. It stays. And then when he sees you get tired, he'll grab and then he'll do the work and nothing slips. But you guys, that's not a deterrent. What you're gonna have to do is make her work harder for it. You know what I'm saying? Just like you guys gotta, but I see that a lot of y'all men accept a lot of foolery from women. You allow the dead fish to be in the bed. You don't make her work. And I'm gonna blame y'all on that because she's only gonna do what you allow her to do. If she's not a good lover, either you love her enough to make her into a good lover and vice versa, or you just don't hit it again. But men don't like lazy lovers and women don't like lazy lovers. So again, if you're working with a gentleman that's a little bit, not your size, and you got to get on top because the men like that. You got to work on the knees and you got to work on squats and stuff like that. Go ahead.
Okay, the question is, we need to put some parameters on big, and some people say that they think that they say average is 5 to 6. Well, I know you get giving out numbers.
Okay, here we go. I got this is what 6 inches looks. This is 6 inches. This is what the average penis size is 5.3. So that's right here. Okay, a woman's vagina, cervical canal, vaginal canal is 2 to 5 inches. When she's aroused, is 5 to 8. Okay, so if you have 8 inches, this is 8 inches, and you have a man that's 6 inches, that's okay. You can do something with that. But we're getting over here, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, I mean, what size is the ride okay for the thicker women?
Well, it's not thicker. It's also your vagina. See, like I didn't know I was a deep dish. I didn't know until I ran into a bigger size penis. I didn't know that I can take all that because I've never came across one, and I was like, wow. I thought Susie was from Chicago. She a deep dish, and I took it like a champ. So I realized that my body is built. My body is built. I'm built for that. Okay.
That's fair.
So
that's fair.
Do I enjoy a bigger size penis? Absolutely. But I also know that I'm not always going to get that. So I can't be a spoiled brat. I mean, if I was maybe 20, but at my age, that cannot be the number one priority, but it matters to me. So if you're not big, you better either know the technique or you better be real good in the other, your oral game better be real strong. Okay?
You said you need to get that together.
Hot Sauce says, the prettier she is, the lazier she is. Deep dish is crazy. That's the only thing I can think of, Hot Sauce. I did not know she was a deep dish. You know what I'm saying? But again, that's not the norm walking around, Miss Polly. like I was saying, I don't know if you was listening to what I was saying. The average
did.
size penis of most men are 5 to 6 inches. So I can't
Okay.
expect to always run into a BBC. Let's just say it what it is.
Okay, where's the BBC at? Are we saying the BBC starts at 8 and above?
Yes, that's what I think, that a BBC, starts at 8 and above. Absolutely. 5 to
Okay.
6 is the norm. 6 to 7 is purgatory, and I think 8 now we're getting into, where it may be uncomfortable for women or they prefer not that size. Me, I'm not giving away too much information, Miss Polly, because they're going to have to drop a cash out. I'm giving away too much free information about Embrace the Grace, and they ain't dropping, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to go I'm going to go over some comments. Nah, BBC is 11 or more.
Oh, praise them. No, that's not right. That's what that is.
She said that's not. Wait, hold on.
Those men belong with the super BBW. That's what they belong with them, and I'm okay with that.
I sometimes when I was young, I used to go out with my homeboys, and they were, oh man, look at that fat ass. I said, do you have enough wiener for them buns? You all talk about, them, and they were like, damn. I'm like, no, because I get tired of y'all. Oh, she got a fat ass. She got this. She got that. I can take that and man, please. First of all, do you have enough wiener for them buns?
Wow.
And then second of all, do you have enough endurance? That's where it comes. To have a healthy penis, you got to be healthy. To have a healthy vagina, you got to eat healthy. I mean, it all comes back in circle, guys. We can throw each other's pH balance off easily if y'all drink a lot, crab boils, cigarettes, all of that. I've been there, done that, and you live and you learn, people. You live and you learn. Like I've realized, it's another gem for some women. Having intercourse right before this cycle lessens their cramps. Ladies, try that. Because the man is actually massaging your uterus, getting it ready for the cycle, and your cramps will be lessened. Hey, I don't know about, I'm just working off of experience.
I'm just visualizing the process. I'm sorry.
I'd be like, thank you. I ain't got no cramps this month. I appreciate it. Instead of running away from it, work with it right before, like a couple days right before. It works, ladies. Instead of popping Midals,
you got to take your sip, Grace. You already gave out too much information. You didn't take no sip.
That massages the uterus, and your. Now, I'm not saying this works with every woman, but I mean it worked with me. Why don't y'all try, instead of popping Midals and popping medicine? Pop the dick in, the penis, and you'll be amazed what it can do. I mean, have you ever seen that or thought of that?
I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna go pro. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. For all my ladies out there that be cramping a lot,
try as much as possible before it comes. I think that's a good idea.
Oh yeah, it can't be new. That's if you have a man that's blessed down there, try it right before your cycle, and you'll be amazed how the cramps will subside. You'll still have cramps, but they won't be so intense because he just massaged the inside. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go over some of the comments. I had a post and I took over the comments. So and then we'll talk about them. It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean. What would you say about that?
Motion.
It's not the size of the boat. It's the motion in the ocean.
I think the motion, the whole experience, the whole, the connection, the touching. I think it's the whole experience. Because some, like I said, there's some people out here. I mean, we've heard some horror stories. You heard of jackrabbits. I was going to say that the jackrabbit move does not work, guys. It's a selfish move, and it ain't doing nothing for us. So y'all, instead of worrying about your penis size, work on your stroke game. You see what I'm saying? Stop worrying about your penis size and work on your
stroke game, work on your diet, work on, don't worry about the size. Okay. It only matters if it's too big or too small. That's what one lady said. That makes sense.
I agree to that. Like if you had a micro, would you consider a micro gentleman to be a person that you would talk?
No. And I'm gonna tell you why. I know it sounds shallow, but again, I know me. I am a very sexual being. And that is not gonna cut it for me. So why even go there? And especially at my age, I ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time to be playing with you. I ain't got time to be playing with a belly button. I'm sorry. But he can do things to better that situation, but just not with me. I'm not, no, I won't, Miss Polly. And I'm sorry if I sound rude, just like some men don't like to date me because I'm fat. That's okay. I get it. I don't get mad. If I really was mad, then I'd do something about it, right? But, and I used to get upset when I was younger, but then you have to grow up and realize you're not for everybody and everybody's not for you. And that's okay. That's okay. Here we go. One guy was being silly. He said, if size mattered, why do we have lesbians? And my comment to that was, a lesbian can pick and choose the size that they want that particular night. They might feel frisky and go for 11. Or they might just want a normal night and go for 8. So, you know what? I think a lesbian has, the best of both worlds. If we really want to get down to the nitty gritty. And they don't need breaks or sandwich. 2 women can go for hours. So, here's another one. Yes. So personal references. She needed a man that could, here's a good one. And shout out to Miss, she said, because this was her. She said, yes, personal preferences. She needed a man that can satisfy her for the long haul. And she picked the right one because she's been with her hubby for 26 years. So you see, guys, every woman likes and prefers different penises. We just got to find the right one. Just like we got to find the right person. Hopefully the right penis is attached to the right person too. Because sometimes you got some good penis, but they trash, or they're a good person, or the dick is trash. It's like, damn. What? And let me tell, I got to do this disclosure too. To all my men that are BBCs, yes, women out there do get dickmatized, especially the young ones. But it comes a time where that shit gets old too. Okay? You have to be able to bring more to the table than just a big penis. It may work for a few years, but at the end of the day, that shit may get old, or sometimes it doesn't for a woman. But at least a woman at my age, yeah, it's good, and I'll keep rocking with you. But if the other stuff ain't in line, that's not gonna keep me. That's not gonna. What about you? What if you found the man of your dreams that gave you the best penis ever, but he treated you like shit? Would you still stay with him?
He gotta go. He gotta go. He's gotta go. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Like at all.
It's not. It's not.
Nah. I mean, I've heard, like you say, younger girls, younger women, they like the feeling because, that nowadays everything's a temporary high. They're chasing the next high, trying to chase. So that's what it is, the experience. I think that's a lot of the reason why it's like such a big thing is because if they're chasing a feeling, because they're not even emotionally connecting on a more serious note. They're not. What they want is that knockdown feeling, so that at the end of the day, yeah, they don't have a man, but they might be missing an ovary. I don't know, but
can I have my ovary back, please, sir?
Thank you.
You text them in the morning.
Like that. Right, like I need that. But yeah, I mean, if you come, just show me what you're working with. Some people out here, they might be great. So I'm down to have those conversations. Like if it's really bad though, okay, I'll tell you to be honest, I've been with someone and I actually had to ask myself. Now this is when I was a lot younger. And I remember I asked myself, like I was in my early 20s, I said, can I be with this person because I don't like the interactions. Like we don't match. It wasn't even it was horrible. It's just that we don't match.
You
And I asked
weren't
myself that question.
compatible. You weren't sexual
But I was
compatible.
okay. Yeah, but I was okay. Like I just had to kind of have some conversations because some men need some conversations. Okay, about lots of things. Like I don't know who let you. Who I said who allowed you to do that to them. That's what I want to know. Who allowed you to do it? Because now I got to meet them and understand why they allowed you to do it, and I'm confused. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear. What's up, hot sauce? I know you've been listening to us ladies talk. I'm glad that I have a man on the panel. And what say you so far? What we have said?
Hello, Miss Polly. I hope you're doing fine. Miss Deep Dish, hope you're doing fine as well. I, I cried
Oh.
for I cried for a good 2 minutes where you said that you should be a therapist. Just pop the dick in. Oh my god! So
I mean, like, I really didn't know, guys, because I've never had a BBC, so I didn't know that she could do all that. I'm like, wow, what's
well,
she got down?
all I wanted to just add to the conversation, I think when it comes to sex, and I think that we're all selfish lovers, right? Women are
Mhm.
constantly complaining about what they're not getting. Men are constantly complaining about what they're not getting. And I think like good sex starts with a good conversation. What you like, what's your kinks, what you need, right? Like if you like if you like your butt eating out, let me know, right?
And
Right?
you're right. And you're absolutely right. These kinds of conversations are just as important. If do you
Yeah.
want kids? What religion are you? Because you know what? You're getting married,
Uh
and
huh.
this is a person that you're going to have sex with for the rest of your life. And I truly believe if you can't play with the one you're with, then no, a couple that plays together stays together. And I've
It's
seen a
just
lot of shit. I got introduced into the swingers society when I had my limousine company. And I could
so
see why a lot of people just be at hot sauce, be walking around happy, singing
yeah,
kumbaya, because
yeah.
they don't put so much emphasis on whose penis goes into whose vagina. They have their fun, do their thing, and then go to work the next day, pick up their kid. I mean, I'm talking about high profile judges, attorneys,
Hmm.
and it's just like, damn, a
Well, this
couple
is
that
why.
plays together stays together, right?
I can't advocate that because that goes against. I'm not into swinging, but for those who would like it, like it. But what I wanted to comment about like when you guys were talking about good guys have trash sex. It's not that the sex is trash. It's just that a good guy is going to respect you in all manners, right? So, and
Yeah, but then go cheat and go be a porn star with the next chick.
but then they're not a good guy. Then if they're cheating on you, right? They're not a good guy if they're cheating on you. We're talking about the good guys, right?
Okay.
So if the reason why it's bad because a lot of good guys don't still think that women like to be respected in the bedroom, right? They don't know that like women like to be spit in their assholes and stuff like that,
Oh, oh, that. Hold on a
right?
second, hot sauce.
No,
Mm.
because
Okay.
I used to be. Look. I am not the poster boy for great sex, but I used to be like I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 26, 27, right? Like I was a good guy. I kissed my first girl like 21, right? Like that, right?
Okay.
Was plain Jane, white bread, whatever, right? So my first couple times, I respected women, and then one of my friends was like, "No, you got to spin that asshole, bro." And the time I did it changed everything.
Damn.
I
And
need to know what the
you kind
reaction
of right.
was.
Go
Huh?
ahead, Miss Paul.
I just want to know what the reaction was when that took place. That sounds
Oh,
a lot.
she was just when I did that, she was like, take the condom off and squirt in my mouth.
Jesus, hold on. I need another say. See, Miss Polly, you see why I needed you here because hold on.
I don't know.
Mm.
It sound like a lot. Okay.
No,
Okay,
because
listen,
I was
wait. Put up a warning sign. Not every woman wants to get loogied in the anal region. Just
yeah,
gonna
yeah, yeah,
put that.
absolutely, absolutely. But all I'm saying was this: I used to be a very plain James person, you know, on top,
You was
single top,
vanilla. That's the term
very
for it. You
vanilla,
was vanilla.
very vanilla, right? I was very vanilla, right?
And
And it was okay because when the person my first time was also her first time, so we both don't know what's going on, right? So
mhm.
everybody's vanilla, right? So that was just the situation. But then because one time I was like, I called my friend afterwards because I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, like I just did it for the first time. You don't think she was pregnant? I was freaking out, right? Because this was all new to
Mhm.
me, right? So he was like, no, no, and I was like, it was pretty good, blah blah blah, and yeah, he was just telling me like, okay, now you need to do some other stuff because over time, you can't be vanilla. Women don't appreciate vanilla.
Well, you see, but that's another thing. This is the problem that we run into. We are so overexposed, so over sexualized that women, well, I'm not just going to say women, young adults have so much more experience in sex that by the time they get married, either they're slutted out or they didn't
That's
have
true.
so much sex that now either you're not giving it up or you're just bored because you didn't have your body count is so high versus male or female. Your body
Mhm.
count is so high that now you marry somebody and they're vanilla to you because now he's not doing all the crazy shit that Tyrone did, that
Yeah,
Derek did, that Brian did.
bro.
It's like, damn, what is a man or a woman to do? Now, women don't want a virgin; they want an experienced man. But
Right,
men prefer a virgin because
right,
they don't want the high body count.
right.
So where we go from there?
Well, and I just want to say and the reason I'm saying my friend because my friend that I grew up with in high school and all that, he
Hmm.
was he was having sex since he was 13. Again, like I did, my first time was at 26, and he was an asshole. But if it wasn't for him, I would still be vanilla because all my other friends were pretty like straight edge as well. But if it wasn't for my friend who was a dickhead and an asshole, right? I would still be having vanilla sex. But
Mm.
to the question here, um, yeah, I think like okay. First, I want to say this: men can have so much sex that they will get desensitized. And once you get desensitized, you got like empathy. What is it? What is it? What is it called? Impotence, right? You become impotent.
ED, erectile dysfunction.
No, erectile dysfunctions has something to do with your cardiovascular, but impotence has something to do with your mental. You have a mental block. Like people who watch a lot of porn,
Yep.
right? When they actually have real
Mm-hmm.
sex, they're classified as impotence, right? Because you
Absolutely.
because you need a lot more to excite you on both sides, right? Your dopamine, your tolerance for dopamine is so high that now you need to see some extreme shit to get an erection.
And that goes for women too. Y'all masturbate a lot with that rose that when you finally get a real human, you're not going to be able to get off because you're used to that, so we got to not do that so much. And let
Yeah.
me introduce, how you doing, Mr. Ghost of Sparta, Mr. Peter, the Greek god? How you doing?
What is going on, everybody?
Well, we are having a spicy conversation over
Oh,
here. We're talking
I can
about
hear it. I can hear it. It is like we're talking about assholes. We're talking about graphic shit. The only question I have a question first. Like
I
I
hope
know
my pastor's
viewers.
not watching tonight.
I'm sorry.
I hope my pastor's not watching tonight.
This is why
But
mine is not connected to my channel because my priest is be calling like Peter. We talked about this, and I got a funny story to tell you in 1 minute about that.
okay.
Like we eating assholes. Like I can't do it. Like I'm worried about she's gonna take a shit out when I'm like when
I'm done.
or fart
Yes.
or go in there or some shit like that. Like I heard some horror stories. People were going into the ass. I'm like, I'm good. And like that's an exit only. That's all I'm gonna keep to that. Well, the story behind my priest is I was going through confession, and he goes to me. Well, this is when I first met him. And Greek Orthodox doesn't do it through a screen. Or it's like a therapy session. We're just talking. He goes, Peter goes, I know you're a young crowd. Like, Father, I'm older than you. What the hell are you talking about? I didn't say that. Like, what the heck are you talking about? I go to him. He goes, well, you should really hold up. I was like, whoa, Father, stop right there. I'm gonna sin over and over and over. So you get ready to forgive me multiple times because I am going to sin because sex and me are like water and oil. We love each other. And he shook his head. He goes, he looks up. He goes, Father, please help him. He can't. I tried. I'm like, yeah, you can try because I'm not giving up sex. I don't give a shit what you say about what the Bible says. If the Bible said we're supposed to be women goes with men and men with women, why not enjoy that part of it?
Well, that's one of the main reasons why I want to remarry, because I want to be able to have sex without no verifications, no circumstances. And shout out to Mr. Bennett, because that is the theory that I got from him. You know, I don't want to feel guilty. I want to be roll over in the morning. I got in-house dick. I want to come home from work. I got something now. You know what I'm saying? I want my shit there where it is.
Yeah. So here's the thing. It was a study done very recently. I did a show with him months ago about it. About if porn is poison to your brain, and it is actually.
It is.
Yes.
It is.
So
yes.
When you are watching that stuff, your idea of sex changes completely what you think.
It's a warped perception. And I had that conversation with my son. Look, guys, as being a boy mom, it was such an honor and a privilege to see the phases of what a little boy human goes through growing up. I mean, you know them growing up going to be I had him because it's normal. He's 15 years old. That's, you know, I would think that he wasn't normal, but I had that conversation with him and I told him, look, that's fantasy. They're getting paid to do all that nasty shit. Most women's body don't look like that, especially having 1 or 2 babies. Okay. Well, so you can watch it. Huh?
It's not nasty, but continue.
No, I didn't put it in a nasty way. I just said that he cannot get used to just what he's seeing in porno. Yeah. And when I did my show, and go check it out, guys, on ED, there are 20-year-olds going through erectile dysfunction because they're numb. Like you said, they're desensitized. They watch so much porn that when they're finally in front of a real human, they can't perform. Yeah, and it's like, sad.
Yeah, because I mean, you're used to it. So, you know, if you're watching reverse gangbangs and then you got this girl coming, like, well, where's the other 5 girls, right? Because otherwise I can't, right? I can't perform. It's not enticing, right?
And he's coming to right because the dopamine in your brain reacts differently when you're watching. It's like, listen, if you're single and you need to whack off, okay, I get it. You're a man, whatever. But when you're doing it on a daily basis, 4 or 5 times a day, or how many times you do it, your mind just changes. Your body doesn't react. And when you actually has a woman in your hand, you don't react like, okay, a woman's body is very gentle, it's soft, all of this stuff, versus like, oh, let me throw her against the bed and running my shit in her, and that's okay. And
one last thing about it, like the coochie is never going to be as tight as your hand. It's just not. So if you keep using your hand, and first you're gonna rub away the friction, so you don't have a feeling there. And there's no coochie in the world. And I live in Asia. The tightest you can get, and there's no coochie tighter than your hand. So,
Lord have mercy. Let's get back to the comments. Okay, here's a good one. It isn't a black or white answer. Depends on what specific activity you are looking to engage in. Depends on the mindset of all involved. Final answer, size might matter. Again, I don't know what to do with it. There's only one way to find out. He believes it's case by case. That was another comment, which I have to agree with Miss Polly. It really depends on the woman and what she's willing to take. Miss Polly said, I'm not going to work hurting the next day. I'm not going limping. You know, I'm going to give you a perfect example of me. I don't like hair down there. I am not going to do all that and then go to a meeting the next day and cough up a fur ball. It's not going to happen. Okay.
You don't love him. You don't love him.
Oh shit.
I'm a very visual person. I like my shit sexy, smelling good, groomed. So if you want that, you gotta do that for me.
Well,
it's simple.
Then you don't love him, because if you refuse to suck a hairy dick, you don't love him. That's all I'm gonna say.
I actually agree with Grace here. I agree with Grace because if I ask her to shave, I will shave. If she wants her head, I'll give her head. If she wants,
but that's why you have to have the conversation before. So I wouldn't get with a man now that refuses not to groom down there. I mean, I'm not saying you have to shave, but you can at least, I mean, make it look presentable. You know,
exactly. Well, Manscaped actually has a great product, and I use it personally. And if people are scared to use a blade, I'm blunt. You know how I am, Grace. I don't hold nothing back. I know. Never met. And like, so I use Manscaped. Like, at first, like, I don't know about this. And like, and a lot of my friends use it. Like, and when I was doing grooming reviews, I go like, well, here we go. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not that bad actually. And I use straight razors when I shave. Imagine putting a straight razor on there. I'm like, whew, you get nervous, right? You start sweating after a shower very easily.
Again, I went through this with my son. He asked me for one. He was like, Mom, can I get a Manscaped thing? I said, for what? He said, you know for what? I said, oh, okay. I mean, he was gonna get it regardless, guys. I'm gonna be part of the solution versus part of the problem. I can't stop what he was gonna do.
You don't tell him not to have sex. You don't tell him not to have sex.
I told him to wait before getting married, and he looked at me like I was crazy. I said, okay, if you're not going to wait for marriage, can you at least wait for your first time that it's meaningful with somebody, because you'll never forget the first person you had sex with. And he did that. He dated a girl. She made him wait for a year, and then he lost his virginity. But for me to tell him to not do it, do this, and then the world that we're living in, and I explained to him in the Bible and what's going on, but I mean, I'd rather teach him and arm him with the information than just not talk to him about it. Like I remember the night I called him one day to check up on him. I was on my break at work. I didn't feel like going home. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, he comes and says to me, Mom, I'm ready. And my heart dropped because I knew what he was about to tell me. Because I can tell the changes in him, the questions he's been, the way he's moving, the different smells that was coming out of that room. He was like, I'm like, ready for what? He's like, I'm ready to have sex, Mom. I'm like, but I'm not ready. He was like, well, Mom, you better get ready because I'm ready. I'm behind. COVID put me a year behind. All my boys, and I didn't go to school. I'm like, damn. He was 15, hot sauce, which is normal out of 15 years old.
No, I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm just
I know. And instead of
one thing I want to tell you, Grace. Like, my mother was very similar as you. Like, when she bought my first box of condoms, she threw it on the bed. When the girls like, well, she goes, "You guys gonna fuck or what?" I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Wow. Well, I did something similar. Listen to this. I called my friend. God bless his soul. He's gay, and I know that he goes to the health clinic every 2 weeks. And I asked him, "Hey, I need you to get me a bag of condoms because they're free at the health clinic." So I bought a cucumber and I put the bag of condoms on the bed. I said, "This is where Mom stops. This is where I draw the line. You need to practice. You need to practice on this first, and then you need to practice on yourself first because you don't want to put one on too tight. It busts. Now I'm a grandma. You want to put on one too big, it's loose, it slides off. Now I'm a grandma. You know, and you don't want to mess up the groove your first time and be fumbling with it and not knowing what to do. But you see, I armed him instead of yelling at him, because see, us parents tend to forget that we were kids and we was doing fuck shit when we was younger. So instead of yelling at him or you can't do this, I armed him with the information. I said, look, I'm not ready to be a grandma. You need to strap it up. I don't care how pretty she is. Fuck that bitch. You strap it on. And this is how you gotta talk to your kids, boy or girl, because you know what? If you send them to war without ammunition and knowledge, they're gonna get knocked the fuck out. And I was a parent that always taught. I didn't hide nothing from my son. We talked about drugs, sex, everything. From the age of 6 years old, I started pumping him about everything. Because if I did it, the internet was gonna do it. Right?
My mom told my dad, it's time for the talk. And my dad, he sat me and my brother down by the kitchen table, and he brought a book. And he brought a book of pictures, all the STDs you can get.
Yep, that's what okay.
Right, we open the book, you seeing scars on dicks, herpes.
Did he show you the blue waffle?
Yeah, all that shit. I'm like, oh my God. He was like, so this is what can happen. Herpes, all that stuff. And he was like, you know what? He says, you know what's not in this book? AIDS. He says you can put on a condom. It's not going to feel the same. And one day a girl's going to ask you to take it, and you're going to put your life at risk. So I was like, at the end of the day, you can wait till you graduate, get out the hood, make something of yourself, or you can be like everybody else, a baby mama here and there. And I was like, I'm getting out the hood. I did not have a girlfriend until 21.
And that's rare. I mean, I'll be honest, that's rare.
Book, same with my brother. Cause like the pus and the scabs on your dick, like, oh no.
Bro, I'll be straight with you.
See that?
In my culture, it's common for a man to lose their virginity with a prostitute. It's very common. And
that's why I never took my son to DR, because I knew my cousins was going to do that shit and take him to a brothel. And I didn't want him losing his virginity like that. He lost it with a girl that he really liked. He dated for a year, and that's it. So it was a pleasurable memory for him. You know what I'm saying?
If you go to the brothels and you like myself and went to him like, hey, I want something to remember. Okay, you're losing your virginity, and they know what to do, obviously, and that's what they're trained for. They're not like a prostitute like you see here. Is they're licensed, they get tested weekly. You know. Their condom is actually more safer going to a prostitute than actually just having a one night stand. Believe it or not.
Well, he had a virgin, so they were both virgins.
Same.
You know. But I want to give a shout out to Mike Check Productions. Thank you for the cash app. I appreciate you. So I guess I do have to answer one of the questions, because I did say if I get a cash app, one of the questions I would answer is, what does Embrace the Grace think about does size matter? And I will answer the question because I am a woman of my word. To me, size doesn't matter, but sexual gratification does. So if you're average and you blow my socks off, I'm good. Do I want a big one? It's not mandatory. I just want somebody to be able to satisfy me, and his stroke game is good, his head game is good, his aftercare game is good. I'm good. So to me, size doesn't matter. What's more important is connection, how he treats me, how he respects me, and if he fucks me good. And that's what Embrace the Grace. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You know, I've never really had a BBC for long periods of time. You know what I'm saying? And I've had the experience that most men with BBCs, they tend to treat you like shit because they know that they have a BBC and that we get dickmatized. So that doesn't impress me. If that's the only thing you can bring to the table is a big penis, then you know what? You can tuck your big penis away and go bye-bye, because I want longevity versus instant gratification. So now you guys know Embrace the Grace, what she thinks does size matter. But let's go. I got a few.
I got a little.
What was that?
little
Okay.
pushback. Okay, so
Okay.
I agree with everything you said to one thing. So the first couple times you're still learning each other's bodies, learning what you like each other. So that may take some little time. It won't be like overnight. So you gotta keep that in mind. Like I always tell me personally, this is me. I know this sounds a little crazy what I'm gonna say, and it's fine. Like sex is fine, but making love is better. So you can make love to a woman and not be in love with her, but you have to see what she likes and what she does not like. You know, she might like say, "Hey, flip me upside down, throw me on a bed, and choke slam me," and I get a kick out of it. Okay, okay, that's into you, whatever. But my point is trying to get to when when you're intimate with a new woman, you, at least for a man, at least I'm talking from my personal experience, it might take me 3 or 4 times to see what she likes to blow her socks out. It probably won't be the first time or the second time, maybe the third or fourth. To I get, okay, she likes X, Y, and Z, but she doesn't like this or this. So you see where I'm going with this?
Yes, but we're gonna have that conversation too, because if you and me are talking, we're gonna have the conversation like, okay, Peter, what turns you on? Well, what turns me on? I won't tell you my hot zones because that's up to you to figure out. Miss Polly, how do you work? How do you do it? I mean, I get what you're saying, Peter, because everybody's nervous the first time. Nobody knows each other's body, and I don't cut off a guy the first time, but a woman can tell. You know, Miss Polly, what do you have to say about what Peter said?
Yeah, I organically just let things just happen organically. You know, you said like kind of figure it out as you go, and then
Like
I
you
think
can,
after the first encounter, then have conversation. I'm down with that because you know, first off, I don't want to stop you from trying something that I'm not sure if I know if I like it. So I don't want to, you know, maybe have a little bit of conversation, light conversation. You know, maybe you're not into something very very specific. You might want to mention that, and then you know go from there, or just be vocal while you're in the process. Is always a good thing, you know. If someone is trying something, you know, you're like, eh. Like I'm.
I just want more people to have the conversation.
In my ass, I don't know you like that. That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Hot sauce, that's gonna be a problem, my friend. Hot sauce, what you said you did to that woman was that's borderline disrespectful.
But you see, that's a conversation that should have happened before. Like, I'll let anybody know, and I'll tell y'all right now, Embrace the Grace does not deal with anal. Okay? I feel just like I feel just like Peter. Now, well, Grace, well, what happens if you meet somebody that does? I'm willing to subcontract it. Okay? I am not going to lose a potential mate or somebody that can be my man. I'm willing to subcontract it out because a lot of people are selfish and they suppress other people's desires and force them to change, and that's not right. Okay? So if Peter tells me from the rip, hey, I like anal. Okay, hot sauce is back. And I like you enough. Go ahead, hot sauce.
Yeah, sorry, because I need to run because it's I have to run. So it was a great conversation. Sorry I got kicked off. I just wanted to say goodbye to everyone. It's a wonderful conversation. I'll be listening. Miss Polly, they like it. They don't feel disrespected. And like for me, like that's why you should have the conversation. Because for me, when you orgasm, you gotta pull it out, you gotta suck it off. If you don't do that, I don't feel appreciated.
Ooh.
So
I hear you. The man spoke. But that's what I do, guys. Go ahead, right. Hot sauce.
And like you gotta let me know, where can I finish? On the face or on the mouth? Or in the asshole?
Oh.
And if there's a no for all of those, then we're just not compatible.
And that's okay. That's okay. Miss Polly, why are you laughing over there?
I'm just taking in everything he's saying. I'm a visual person, so as you say it, I'm visualizing. It's a lot. That's all.
Okay, I gotta go. You guys take it easy.
All right. Polly, thank you for coming.
Take care. Bye, everyone.
So, yeah, I'm willing to subcontract it out. If I like him enough and we've been in this long enough, because he did tell me, this is what I'm into, then you know what? If I want to keep him, I have to be able to do things to keep him. And that is, I will subcontract it out.
I like that. That's a good plan. Let's do that.
Because a lot of people, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I'm going to give you some more personal information. My ex-husband knew that I was bi. And he told me straight up, if I ever find you with a woman that's just like you cheating on me with a man. So I respected that. I respected him. And for 13 years, I was not with a woman. But that wasn't really fair of him. Every year on my birthday, I would, let's do this, let's do that. And then you still turned around and cheated on me. And you had a pass. We had an opportunity to have an open relationship. The only rule was that I had to be there. A couple that plays together stays together. And so you could do everything right, ladies. You could be the perfect girlfriend, perfect wife. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but death and taxes. But again, instead of worrying about being replaced, you should be worried more about being kept. You want to keep your man? He tells you he likes anal? Then we go find him a girl that gives him anal. You know what I'm saying? You want me to give you head? Embrace the grace, likes it trimmed and neatly. Then you'll get that. But let me tell you, that caused my marriage. Because I wasn't giving him enough head, he went out and got it somewhere else. So you see, it's like it's a two-edged sword. I know it'll never happen to me again because of that particular reason. Because if you're my man, I'm on it. You ain't even got to ask anymore. You know what I'm saying? Right through the door. Hi, hon. Boom.
Here's my thing with that. Just say me and you were in a relationship, argument's sakes, and you tell me you're bi, okay, and you tell me, okay, you find a woman with her attractive, or you say, okay, does that mean the threesome? Like, he lost out. Like, he could have a little more fun there, and have more excitement in your relationship. So he was an idiot. Like, is in every guy's fantasy having two women at the same time. I'll be straight up with you. And if he says no, he's not, he's a fucking idiot. He's saying that.
Yeah, but the thing is, a lot of men can't handle a threesome. They can't even handle one woman, let alone two.
True.
Because you need the equipment, you need the endurance, and you need the strength to satisfy two women. And then it's not going to work if there's a lot of rules and stipulations, because now you're taking the fun out of it. And it's not going to work if the two women are not bi, because it has to be chemistry among everybody for it to be fun and a pleasurable experience. The guys that I was with never wanted to share me, not even with a woman. And I get it. I understand. But at the same time, they suppressed me. And that alone can make a person frustrated, miserable, and resentful. And that's why I say it's so important to be with somebody that's sexual compatible with you. Instead of men stressing about their dick size, worry more about vetting the person sexually, worry more about your diet, worry more about getting enough sleep, not smoke. I just want my men to stop worrying about size, because at the end of the day, women says size don't matter. Let me see what other comments I get here. Let me see. Okay, this is the comment of the night. Shout out to my cousin Adrian. He said, if you gave your woman a good cat bath, make her turtles curl, and shake like a rattle, then she's yours forever. Trust him. And my cousin, he's been married for over 20 years. So I guess that's what he's been doing. And guys, if you're not happy with your size, then you compensate it with your tongue game. I mean, you can't be weak in both areas. A basketball player, they either got a good handle or they got great defense. You're a better player if you got both. So if you're lacking in one thing, you better, upgrade something else. But you can't you can't have dick trash and dick oral at two. Then it's not. But then you think because you got money. See, that's why men shouldn't lead with money, because, well, you know what? I can't even say that, because women, a lot of women will choose the money over being sexually satisfied. I can't do that. I personally can't do that. I'd rather be okay financially and sexually satisfied than be rich and be sexually frustrated. I'm not doing it. I know who I am. I know the type of woman I'll end up cheating because I'm the type that I need that post nut clarity. In order to function, in order to go through my day, in order for me not to snap at people who snapping at me because they wound up too tight. You know, because girl, I just got me
So
off of
here's
some
the
good
thing.
dick this morning.
So
You're miserable. Here's your change, and have a wonderful day. Because I'm going right back home to that good dick tonight. You see what I'm saying? We could all be just so better off if we talk more. If we stop worrying about our size and just worry about other things. But I'm not going to beat this topic to the ground because
the
I
only thing I
already
was gonna
told my men, I already told my men embracers, stop worrying about your penis size and worry about, you can't control your penis size, but you can control your pH balance. You can control your skin tone. You can control, you guys have exercises that y'all can do. Put a sock over or a little weight and do those lifts. You know what I'm saying? That's like Kegels, what it is to women. That strengthens, I mean, the fact that I'm a woman and I know all this, I know is weird. But y'all men need to do y'all research too. You can't change. Well, you can. You can. I wasn't going to get into that, guys. You can change your dick size because they got shit going on now. But I don't want that for you guys. Don't change who you are. Just work with what you got.
so
Unless
Grace.
you're
So
unless you're micro.
so here's the
Go
thing.
ahead.
Most men worry about it. I have never worried about it once. I That's one part of the area I'm actually very confident about
Well,
because
that's good.
I'm not saying I'm small. I'm not saying I'm big. I'm just saying I'm very comfortable with what size I am. I don't need to. If a woman says, "Oh, you're too small," okay, fuck off. I won't give a shit. Really simple as that. Because I don't need to worry about it. Because this is how I was built. That's how God put me in this planet is, and I'm happy with that. It's
But a
something
lot
that
of men do worry. A lot of men. Now, I have a question. As a man,
Mm.
does it hurt your feelings if a woman tells you? Should we tell men? Should we tell men that the dick was trash, or what should we do as women, Peter? Tell me. And any men that's in the chat, tell us as women, what should we do if we were not sexually satisfied? What should we do?
I'm not saying don't say it. Yes, you say it, of course. But it's also how to fix the problem too. If that makes sense. Does it? Like
Yes.
maybe, there are other positions you can do for a man who can last longer. There are a lot of men who can't last more than 30 seconds, and I'm really pushing it. There are positions you can do. Like, I know most men, including myself, that, and I'm being very vocal and very open here, is I last longer when the woman's on top. And now she goes, oh, now I'm satisfied more. Okay, cool. Now we figured the problem. Let's figure out how to make this even better next time. I'm always looking up, like, when we're not sure. Okay, a book, chapter 3. Oh, yeah. Like, let's try something different. Spice it up. Whatever that trash is.
And I'm so glad you brought that up, because spicing things up, because my mama always taught me, you always stay fresh for your man. Always, I remember her always going in the bathroom and taking a shower at 4 o'clock because daddy would be home by 6. And she looked like shit all day in her little moo and her rollers and her little handkerchief on her head. But as soon as 4 o'clock hit, boom, she's in the bathroom getting dressed, getting dolled up, making. I mean, it's just something that I learned from her. That's why you guys will never catch me not on point. Nails, hair, toes, eyebrows. It's just like men are visual creatures. A lot of women stop doing that. They get too comfortable. You get in your moo-moos and your granny panties, and no, men are visual creatures. They see that beautiful top Miss Polly got. They love that shit. Because it's visual, it's not too much, it's just right. Now, women nowadays are going too far with it. That's why they don't even get turned on anymore. They're wearing lace with Jordans outside the door. That's supposed to be for your man, eyes only. You're supposed to role play, dress up, you know, keep it spicy. But you get boring, you get comfortable, you get complacent, and now you have a sexless marriage. And then you get mad that he cheated on you because you ain't done shit. And vice versa, because I'm not just standing on my ladies, you men too. You give us so much pressure that we need to look good, hair done, but then y'all get bald, y'all get fat. You know, you got to use the bathroom every 20 minutes. You snore like fucking polar bears, and we deal with it. But you're not eating right, and then you're smoking cigarettes, and then you can't last 30 seconds, and then you wonder why we cheat. I'm just, guys, Miss Polly's laughing because I'm keeping it fucking real, guys. I want people to stay together longer. I want people to be sexual compatible and be happy and make lots of love and stay together and keep these kids on the one roof with a mother and a father. That's my main goal here. But if you out here trying to catch the next nut because your husband or your wife is not doing it for you, then there's a problem. And shout out, you know, even though we not cool like that no more, but I'll never forget when he said this. Shout out to BMU when he said the most eligible bachelor is the neglected husband. Let me say that again to the women to the women in the back that think they fucking know it all. The most eligible bachelor is the neglected husband. And the work wife can smell it. And I'm a living proof of that because I obviously must have neglected my ex. I wasn't, you know, gagging enough, and he was getting his soul sucked at work from the work wife. So you see, guys, I'm coming to you with experience. I'm not better than anybody. I want you guys to do better so y'all can have better marriages. Y'all don't walk around yelling at your kids and kicking the dog because you're sexually frustrated. Y'all women need to put your phone down, get your sexy clothes on, and go be with your man. And men, I need y'all to do the same. Stop worrying about your penis size and do other things to make it better. But yeah, my cousin, Adrian, you get the comment of the night. He said, make sure you give that kitty a good bath and make a curl and make that leg rattle. You hear me, man? Yeah, I heard you got that straight from my cousin in Michigan, DJ Adrian. So, and I told him you better tune in tonight because I'm putting you out there. I'm not putting his last name out there, but Adrian, I love you, and you made me laugh. And Erica, I know you smiling over there because you ain't going no. He told me you ain't going nowhere. So it's all good, but I'm not gonna kill this all night. We're gonna go ahead and do our final thoughts. Let me change my little comments. Hold on one second, guys. This was a good conversation. It wasn't as hard as I thought it was gonna be. Well, I know Miss Polly was here. You know, you came on here because I get nervous talking. This is not easy, guys. This is not an easy conversation to have, you know, and talking about it like this. I have young people that see me. I'm like, they're gonna be like, Miss Grace, I didn't think you were like that. And Pastor Gradness, if you're watching, oh, by the way, happy birthday. I know your birthday's tomorrow, so happy birthday. But don't judge me. I'm just out here doing God's work, giving the information, helping people stay married, Pastor. Helping people not commit adultery. You know, if they know better, they'll do better, right? Right, guys? Is it working? It's not, I don't feel like it's working. He's still going to send me a text. He's still going to shake his head, you know? But anyway, in final thoughts, Miss Polly, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it.
And I'm sorry I was a little bit high there. But yes, hopefully everything.
You look beautiful. Together. Thank you for wearing blue.
Yes, it's the only blue thing I own.
Okay, good enough for me. Okay, good enough for me. So tell me, Miss Polly, with everything you've heard, conversation from Hot Sauce, Peter, the comments in the comments, what do you have to say? What are your final thoughts?
Overall, yes, I think you need to find a good match for yourself always in all areas of life, and that will be including sexual desires and matching. That is big for some people. I'm not saying it's everybody. Some people are like, oh, I don't care, but it's big to be intimate with someone. So if you're saying you're not, I think that'd be a lie to yourself. So if you enjoy big boys, hey, you know what I'm saying? If big boys fit the deep dish, You know what I'm saying? You need to know.
I'm gonna coin that. Embrace the deep dish.
There you go. You gotta be okay. And if you can't take it, then you want something just regular. And when I'm saying regular, I don't mean it in a bad way, because like I said, if you can spin on it like, like a disc, enjoy yourself. Just have a good time. And I think that's the best way. Like, don't get with somebody that you think is dry like sandpaper, but she has a good personality.
It's not gonna work.
I don't think that's not gonna work. Or you can, if you have funding for lube in Sam's Club proportion, maybe that could work for you. But
just
not,
go Diddy. You go Diddy.
I know baby oil. There's all many products. So I mean, explore things. Be safe though with it. We want to talk about being safe. And if you have to start cheating and do like that to get satisfied, you're not communicating properly, and you need to work on that. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I'll say for final thoughts. But I love being here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Absolutely.
And then maybe have another conversation, maybe about is some other things appropriate, because maybe should you break up with guys who don't know
my next arousal, my next erotic show, I'm gonna talk about the poly life. And I'm actually
look at God. Look at him.
I want to talk about, and I'm actually gonna have a poly couple up here for Q&A, because a lot of people want to know about it. A lot of people are being more open to it. A lot of people are realizing that there's more women than men, and we're sharing men, ladies. We just don't know it, or we think we don't know it. I'd rather know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But with Peter, you came in hot. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and give me your final thoughts.
I'm not gonna give you a final thought. I'm gonna give him advice instead.
Okay.
First of all, if you're not married, wrap your goddamn fucking shit up. 1. 2, if you're married or in a serious relationship, do yourself a favor. Take your woman. Actually, if you know her size, don't take her. Go to a lingerie place. Pick the lingerie out for her. Take her on a nice dinner. Then go home, make her put the lingerie on, and help her take her off. And you get my imagination after that. Pick your favorite 3 positions. I'm afraid that her favorite 3 positions, and do all 3 of them, and finish like that.
Yeah, I heard it right here from the Greek god on Embrace the Grace. Pick your 3 positions and get down and dirty. That's what we just saying. But anyway, now for me, in conclusion, what a woman finds to be a suitable penis is larger than the eyes of the beholder. Find and keep what works for you, him, and y'all. If you, my men embracers, take only one thing from this, according to most women, size does not matter. To my female embracers, keep it clean, keep it smelling good, keep it tight, and give it up. And the second and most important thing I want to say tonight is feed the monster. You got to feed your man. Full stomach, empty sack. That is the quickest advice that I can give you. Take care of monsters, especially those with the anacondas. And trust me, learn from me. Less nagging and more gagging. Because if you don't, the next bitch will.
Wait a minute, did you just say less nagging?
Less nagging and more gagging.
Oh God. Okay.
Because if not, the work wife will do it. So with that being said, guys, I am going out with my little outro. Miss Polly, thank you for coming. Peter, Hot Sauce, all my people in the chat. Mike Check Productions, thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. Sydney, King Libra, Braxton. Let me see who else. Hot Sauce. My beautiful A-team was here. My beautiful was here. True Table. I just want to say thank you. I'm glad I got past this show now. But we definitely going to get together, Miss Polly, for that Polly show. Okay? You guys have a good night, and thank you for all for coming out. Here we go.
Thank you. Bye.
Absolutely, hon. 1 second. Boom.